Okay, guys, welcome. My name is Erica Verdi, and I am super excited for you guys to come on the call tonight. And the main focus for tonight's call is going to be how you can build your business without having to harass your friends and family. And so if you guys have experienced that, raise a hand here if you've ever been, yeah, Nate's already raising his hand. If you have ever been in a business where they told you to make a list of your friends and family, and that was kind of your basic marketing strategy. So anybody here? Yeah. Okay. And I think Jennifer's on the phone. She's raising her hand too. So you guys can feel that. Did anybody actually enjoy doing that? No, it kind of sucked, right? Yeah, it sucks a lot. And I've heard different people say things like, you can kind of tell who's new into the industry because they're like, well, I'm not harassing people. They want to know about this. I'm gonna really help them. But the people that are on the other end of it, they feel like they're being harassed. And especially if they're your really close friends or family and they're the ones that are actually buying, there is a better way, and that's what we're going to get into today. And I just a little bit about me. I was brand new to online and network marketing, everything like that last year. I actually opened a Facebook account in April of 2016. So I don't know if there's anybody that's opened after that, but I'm very, very new. Okay, yeah, Sam was a little bit after that, so good on you, buddy. But I was very new to the industry and I didn't know anything about network marketing, but I was really into personal development. Like that is what drew me into network marketing, was actually the personal development aspect of it, because I feel really strongly that that's what we can do as humans to really make the world a better place. And so that's actually what attracted me into network marketing, because I thought, hey, I can be doing personal development and getting paid for it. Well, what I didn't realize at the time, because I was so fresh and new, is that, make that list of your friends and family was basically the marketing strategy. And yes, they gave me some scripts, and there were some, well thought out ways to, say the right words to get people to listen to you. But in the end, I felt really bad about doing it. It didn't feel good to pick up the phone and call people, or, kind of latch onto that person at the mall and, tell them what this great deal I had was, with this kind of crazy look in my eye. And, it didn't really feel very good. So I've been able to learn a strategy that feels amazing. And it's really fulfilling. And so now the whole polarity has changed, where instead of me, begging you to just listen, just take these samples, just hear me out. No, don't run away. Okay, you're gone. From that to, people asking me, hey, what is it that you're doing? What is the business that you're into? How are you having the success? What's going on? And so when the conversation turns like that, guys, it's totally different. It's totally different. So real quick, I just want to go out to the panel a little bit. We heard a little bit from Sarah earlier, but I'm just going to go out to Felicia and just ask you, I'm going to ask everybody, when you came into this industry, would you say that you were at a breaking point, a state of transition, or both? I'm going to unmute you, Felicia.
I think I was both.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I really didn't know which way to go. I didn't, I kind of learned it, learn as I go type thing.
Yep.
So, and I'm still kind of learning as I go,
And I'll actually touch on that in a minute, because that's that's actually great. That's good that you're still learning.
Yeah.
That you're coachable,
Yeah.
and that you're teachable.
Yeah.
Because I'm still learning. So, okay, I'm going to go over here real quick to Sarah. When you joined your company, would you say you were in a state of transition, a breaking point, or both?
Oh, I was, I guess I would say both as well. was in a position that I'm still in. The reason I had stopped is because I got hired on as a permanent employee. But I have a 4-year-old daughter, and I'm, doing it on my own, and I'm trying to make things work. And so it was very exciting, tempting. The whole dream was sold to me, and I jumped on it. Granted, I had experience in the past, had been presented the experience or the opportunity in the past and had passed on it. And so I was ready to go forward with it. But then it came to a point where I wasn't making enough money. So yeah, I was in a state of transition as well. But yeah.
And it's funny because I'm going to actually touch on a few of those points that you just mentioned. You'll later on in there, both of how, you didn't sign up the first time, and then also how, it just popped out of my head. But anyway, there were 2 things that you mentioned that I'm definitely going to cover. So this is this training here, guys, you can start using in your business right away. You can start using in your life right away. You can use it with your relationships with people. This is not specific to one particular company or a set of products or anything else. This is a industry-wide, and actually beyond the industry. You can actually use it in day-to-day life as well, or in brick and mortar businesses. So I'm going to go over here to Kelly really quick. Kelly, when you got into this line, were you in a state of transition, a breaking point, or both? What'd you say? Oh, I can't read your lips. Oh, I'm not sure. Give me a thumbs up if you were in a state of transition or a breaking point or both. Okay, so yeah, so the reason that I'm doing this, guys, is so that, and Jennifer just gave me a thumbs up too, so she was in either a state of transition, a breaking point, or both. The reason I did this, you guys, is to show you that this is why people get into this industry, okay? And so if you know that going in, it kind of takes some of the pressure off, because everybody is coming in that state of transition, breaking point, or both, okay? And I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along, but I just wanted to open that up and just show you that, you're not alone, guys, that, we're all kind of in this together. So what I'm hoping for you guys to get out of this is, like I mentioned, to be able to use some of the things that you're going to learn tonight right away into your business right away. I hope it's going to open your eyes to some things that especially if you have only learned one way of how to market, that it'll show you that there's a lot of other ways, and some very, very beneficial and feel-good ways that you don't have to be pushy or salesy or anything else like that, and where people actually come to you. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so Felicia, can you give me a thumbs up if you see my PowerPoint? Awesome. Okay, guys, so what are some, and anytime if you guys have a question, just let me know. So what are the problems in marketing? Well, just like what we're all here for today, they don't want to harass their friends and family. We already established that you are asked to make a list of your top 200 friends and family, and then what happens is you burn through that list and you get tons and tons of rejection. And I don't know about you guys, but rejection sucks. Like, it totally sucks. It messes with your confidence in yourself. It messes with your confidence in your company, in your products, in your life choices, everything. It just makes you really second guess what you're doing when you're constantly being rejected all the time. And it's no good. That's the ego wants you to not feel rejection. And so if you're getting that on a constant basis, you're probably going to quit whatever you're doing that's causing the rejection. Excuse me. What happens is we make that list of our friends and family or acquaintances or whatever, and eventually you get to the end of it. and there really isn't anybody else that you can call. So you've burned through that warm market list, and now you're stuck, and you have to start reaching out into that cold market. And a lot of the industry doesn't have a good answer on how to do that. And what happens also is a lot of times, especially when we're talking about some of these high ticket items, and even when we're talking about some of the lower ticket items, when you're just trying to make it work for your family and bring in some extra income, and you've gone all in to get started, and now you don't have a marketing budget to be able to get people to look at your business. And that marketing budget can be for higher ticket items like paid advertising and things like that, but it can also just be for products. It can be for products that you have to display if you're doing traditional direct sales or network marketing. And if you've gone all in and you don't have that budget to keep going, you're in trouble. And what I mentioned before, when you burn through that warm market list and now you've got to go out and find more leads, you don't know how to do that, and nobody teaches you how to do that. And if you don't have leads, you don't have any business, and you don't know how to close an upsell. Even if you get somebody into your business, you don't know how to get them to buy those higher ticket items, and that's a big problem. Let me just ask you guys a question really quick. I'm going to go back to the, if you don't know how to if all you do is get rejection because you're harassing your friends and family, you don't know how to generate leads, you don't know how to close an upsell, do you want to have a team that can't do all of those things? No. But if you can't do those things, that's the team duplication. That if you get team duplication, that's what it's going to be. So it's just a nightmare. It's no good. So let me get back to here. Pardon me. And hold on. And you don't know how to become the attractor factor. And that's what I was describing before, where people are coming to you, like you wake up in the morning and you check your Facebook and you've just got tons of messages in your inbox. You've got requests for people to talk to you. You've got messages in your email. You've got signups that have just come overnight. You've got all of these things happening, and they're just coming towards you. People are wondering what you're doing. People are asking you what you're doing. They're initiating conversations with you. That's the attractor factor. And obviously that's so much better than going after people. And the reason why salespeople fail is because they're all about that instant gratification. They just want to pitch and close and seal the deal, and they think it's all about selling. Okay, it's just, I've got this product and you're just going to love it. You already use products, so you're going to love this product, or you already have a job, so you're going to like making money this way. And that's not what we want to buy stuff. People want to buy stuff, but we don't want to be sold to. Okay, when they think it's about pitching, and what ends up happening is all you're doing is pouring out features and benefits of the product. And people, they don't want to hear it. They don't even want to hear what you have to say, because you're forcing that information onto them. And salespeople don't ask any questions, okay? And some of you have been on some of the calls before and you've heard this, but I always kind of think about like a doctor, okay? A doctor asks you questions to find out what's wrong with you, to find out why you came in today, to find out how you're doing, and what suits you, and this and that. Salespeople are like the total opposite of that. They're like, here, if salespeople were doctors, they'd be like, here, try this drug, go have this procedure, call me in a week. And if you had your doctor say that to you before you even told them what's wrong, you'd be like, dude, what's going on? I haven't even told you why I'm here, and you're giving me drugs to take and some procedure to go have done. Like, that doesn't even make sense. I mean, would you even consider going back to that doctor if he did that to you? Right. It's like, no way, because it's crazy. But that's what we do in the salespeople model, is just, here, I've got a deal for you, take this and you'll feel great. And they don't build any kind of rapport. Again, if you go back to the doctor, he builds a rapport with you, or she builds a rapport with you. There's a connection there you know, even before you start talking about anything that's wrong with you, there's that little chit chat, and that's really important. And salespeople are always talking. They're, you know, if you've ever walked through the mall and the person who's like trying to accost you with some spray or lotion or potion or whatever, they're not listening at all. They're just talking. They're just talk. And that doesn't work in this industry that we're in. And the biggest thing about salespeople, and I'm sure if you've been in network marketing, you know this person there where they can get tons of people to sign up. They know all about the products. They know all about the ingredients and the comp plan and the management team and everything else, but nobody can do what they can do. Nobody can remember all of that stuff. And so what happens is you end up having this line of people that's totally wide, but it doesn't go deep at all, because nobody can reproduce your actions. And if you don't have duplication, I'm sorry, but you don't have a business. Okay, and that goes across the board. If your team is not doing what you're doing, then you are not having a good business. So you've got to be duplicatable. Network marketing, direct sales, MLM, online sales, it's all about relationships, okay, versus conventional salespeople, sales model. All right. So our business is not about features and benefits. Anything that you are selling, whether it's an online totally digital product or potions and lotions and weight loss and nutraceuticals or whatever, people are buying those things. People are buying them. So you have to get good at talking and connecting with people. That's what you actually, that's the actual secret. Okay, it's about building relationships with people. Okay, it's like you're casually spoon feeding them. It's not a rushed process. It's a very casual, ongoing relationship. Okay, if I pitch to you before I connect with you, this is what's going to happen. No, I'm good. Okay, for Sarah, when she was, the couple times when she said no first, you know, I'm sure it was like that, where she said, you know what, I'm good. She's hearing about the deal, and that's the same thing. If you, again, back to the mall, if you guys are walking down the mall and those people in the middle of kiosks are trying to accost you, what do you say? What do you say? Anybody want to unmute? What do you say? You guys there?
No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good, right? I'm good. So that's called pushback, guys. So you don't want that. The goal in our industry is to make that connection, okay? Any kind of relationship that you have with anyone has been made because of a connection. Now, some of those are family connections, but it's still a connection, okay? And that is the same thing in business etiquette. And you don't really learn this unless you've been into higher levels of corporate, or you've been into government, you know, in other countries, into when you're dealing with royals, anything like that. When you're in those upper levels, it's all about making that connection, because it really is who you know, okay? And those who you knows are made through relationships. This is a really key point here, guys. People want to do business with people who they know, people who they like, and people who they trust, okay? They'll also do business with people who they like or aspire to be like, okay? So that kind of goes back to that attractor factor, and then it also goes back into being in your naked soul so that people can connect to you, being real. So we are in a leadership business model, okay? So when you signed up, guys, you probably didn't know that, but that is actually what you're in. It's a personal development and leadership model, and then marketing strategies. Because what I learned when I was doing my network marketing was I had the personal development part of it, but I didn't have the marketing strategy, and that doesn't work. You have to have both pieces to be able to have success. And you want to be seen, if you want to be that attractor factor, you want to be seen as that constant source of motivation and inspiration, positive quotes. You want to be lifting up your team. You want to be solving problems and giving people how-tos on how to, if you learn something, you share it with them so that they can learn too. That's the kind of person that you want to be able to be that attractor factor. You want to create an environment to where people start associating your name with feeling good, okay? And I don't go into it too much in this particular one, but here's some ideas of how you can do that. You can post something that makes people laugh, okay? And obviously your name is tied to it. And then the next day you can post something that makes people laugh, and then your name is tied to it. And you do that enough times, pretty soon all people have to see is your name, and they'll smile. And they don't even know why. And they'll like you. And they won't even know why. And it's because you have programmed them to associate your name with laughter or smiling or positivity or inspiration or motivation or whatever. But it's something positive. And you do that, and people will feel good when they see you, okay? So that's a really key help. And then you also want to do stuff like this, where you learn something and you want to give it away. You want to give away your value for free. Guys, this is an abundant universe, okay? If you are in a lack mentality and you're trying to hold on to, your secret, or you're this or you're that, and you're not sharing that with people, you are going to feel lack, because that's what you're vibrating. But if you are sending out abundance, that, I want as many people as I can to hear this message. I want it to be easier for you. I want to give this away to you so that you can have more joy in what you're doing, because I know somehow, some way it's going to come back to me. And it doesn't really matter when or how, because it will. And I know that I can just give it away and you're going to get value from it. And also, when you do that, people see you as a leader. And people don't actually sign up for the products or the company or the comp plan or anything like that. They sign up attached to a person. I believe what you are telling me. So you're a leader, so I'm going to join you. Okay? People join people. They don't join companies. So a professional networker is a problem solver. Okay? You want to connect people from whatever pain they're having to solve their problems. You also have people like you. You can't be a negative Nelly and be a good network marketer or a networker. It's not going to work. You have to be exuding the characteristics, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a great book. You have to exude those characteristics to be able to be good at this. And you also need to learn. Does someone have a question?
Oh, what book did you just mention?
How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I have a PDF of it I can send to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a great book. It was written so long ago that now it's actually available. So I can send that to you, no problem. Just remind me, just message me or something afterward, and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's a fantastic book. You're most welcome. Networkers ask qualifying questions, and this is something, this does take some learning. Okay, it definitely I have a mentor who has shown me how to ask good questions, and so that's really helped me. But you need to be able to ask the right questions, just like a doctor would. Again, if we go back to that, if the doctor doesn't know what to ask, then he's not going to know how to help you. Okay, so it's really important as a networker to ask good questions. And obviously, when you're doing the asking, you're doing a lot of listening, because you're just prompting them for a question, and then you're listening to what they say. And this is really, really key, because you can really find out so much about where people are in their lives, what's really paining them, where they want to go. You can do all of that just by really, really listening, okay? Quieting your mind, not waiting to say something as soon as they stop talking, which is what we do when we're in sales, but actually listening to them and just really trying to absorb what they're saying. And that's all you're doing. You're just absorbing what they're saying. So listen more and talk less. And when you do that, you are able to uncover those problems, because even if people don't come straight out and say, you know, hey, I'm struggling, they'll give you clues with the things that they say. And if you know how to listen and you know how to ask good questions, you're going to be able to uncover those in a way that it's not violating the person's, you know, heart space at all. The way that you do it is, it's just a very natural, organic way for the conversation. Does that make sense, guys? And you want to connect people to their dream. And this is one of the most wonderful and amazing parts of what I do now, because at the very least, even if you know, they don't end up joining right away or anything else like that, you've taken them from whatever their situation is into where they really want to go. And when you do that, you actually affect the electrons, guys, at a quantum level. And I know I'm going off on a little bit of a different kind of topic, but this is all connected, guys. And when you tap into your dream with focus and someone's guiding you with good question asking, it's as real as if it was happening. And when you can do that for someone, it just changes them and it makes you feel really, really good. And so again, obviously, if you're doing it in this way, you're going to really be connecting. And there's no pitching. There's no pitching of anything, because you're just talking to the person, right? You see the difference? And what you want to do is you want to pique their interest and then get out of the way and let your video or your presentation do the talking for you, do the pitching for you. So you're not the one that's doing any kind of pitching. So there's no rejection, and people will open up to you once they know how much you care. They really will. But they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So a networker doesn't do these things, okay? Now, I'm just gonna pop these through real quick. One of the things that was the biggest kind of paradigm shift for me when I listened to my mentor for the first time, and he kind of like took my head off and shook it around and then put it back on, was when he told me that we are not going to talk about our company and we are not going to talk about our products. And you know, me saying that, I don't know if you guys are confused at all, but I was pretty confused, because I was like, okay, wait, how am I supposed to sell something if I can't talk about it, or I can't talk about the company that, you know, that does it? And you don't talk about the features, and you don't talk about the comp plan, and you're not doing any selling at all. You're just focusing on them. You're focusing on the other person. It's totally different, guys. For anybody who's on the line and listening, this is like a huge paradigm shift. You're not pushing, you're not pitching, you're not selling. You are asking questions about them. That's how you sell, okay? Like, I don't know if you guys are having any light bulb moments, but it's totally, totally different, okay? And it doesn't have anything to do with your product or your company or your ingredients or your lab testing or your management team or anything like that. It has everything to do with the other person, okay? You guys all with me so far? Okay. And if you have to be interested in what they're actually saying for people to find you interesting. And there's Dale Carnegie. He's the one that wrote that book. Hold on. I almost just cut the call off. See, we all have this problem sometimes. Okay. So this little, on the bottom here, it says this is why 97% of people fail in the network marketing business. And I'm going to go into that in just a second here, a little bit more. Okay. So remember when I talked about becoming the attractor factor, and when I talked about how you can get people to like you without ever even talking to them, like just by associating? Well, this slide right here, this is what you can do. Okay, you can use Facebook as your own personal ATM by doing these things on Facebook. Okay, so like the first three are those feel-good things. Okay, people are seeing your picture and they're seeing a nice quote. They're seeing your picture and they're seeing, you know, something inspirational. And you start associating your picture, your name with good stuff, good feelings. Okay, you're helpful. You're giving them how-tos. Okay, like Felicia was saying, she doesn't know everything and she's still learning stuff. Awesome. Learn something, implement it, share it. That's a how-to right there. Because chances are, if you just learned it, there's somebody else that doesn't know it. And you can help them. You know, you become a leader. Boom. Easy. Okay? Share cool stuff that you do. And, you know, maybe it's even just going to the grocery store and seeing some cool way that the produce guy did the, you know, the colorful fruits and veggies or whatever. I mean, I'm always taking pictures of the landscape. I'm in Colorado right now. And, you know, I don't really care if people get tired of seeing pictures of mountains and clouds and stuff, because I think it's really cool. So whatever you think is cool, take pictures of it and share it with people. Let them into your life. You know, you do something fun with your family, take a picture, post it. You know, you've got your team and they've had some kind of success, take a picture, post it. Comedy, make people laugh. Get them to laugh. It's so, you know, there's so much stuff that you can share, and just start somebody's day off with a smile. I can't tell you guys how many times I've had people saying, you know, I really needed this today, or, you know, thank you. I was so happy to see that the first thing in the morning. And you never know, you know, even, and it'll make you feel better too. If you're only feeling like part octane and you find something funny, then just post it, because it'll help somebody. It certainly will. Trivia is a great way to get engagement on your page. And, you know, you can really get creative with this, guys. You don't have to just do the, you know, which mentor would you choose, or which vacation place would you go. You can do it about, you know, anything. If you're deciding something, post it, you know. Hey, guys, would you rather, you know, go to Mexican food or Italian food for dinner tonight? I can't decide. And, you know, and just see what happens on there. It's just don't overthink it. Just do it. You know, just get stuff out there and start getting people interacting on your page. And, you know, it's fun. And it's really fun when you start getting people interacting with other people. And that definitely happens on the next one, on controversy. If you post something controversial, you're going to have like conversations within conversations. And, you know, it'll definitely light up your wall for sure if you put a little controversy. I wouldn't put a lot in there, but definitely, you know, sprinkle it in there a little bit. Social proof on your team. And a lot of people are worried about, a lot of people are worried about posting their team's success, because they think, oh, if I tell everybody that Charlene just made, you know, $17,000 in I think it was like 2 months or something. If I tell everybody that she did that, they're not going to want to join me. They're going to all want to go to her. So I won't tell anybody. No, share it. It's your success too. She's on your team, you know, or he's on your team or whatever. Edify them. Edify your team when they have breakthroughs, when they do things. You know, one of my team members, he got, just by implementing what you guys are learning right here in our group, he's on the call too, I think. He got 35 reps to sign up to his business in 8 weeks, guys. 8 weeks. That's awesome, right? Like, that's amazing. Those are great results. So, you know, you want to build people up and congratulate them when they do stuff. Piggyback marketing. So does anybody here know what piggyback marketing is? I'm just curious. No? Okay. So, awesome. So piggyback marketing is when you take like a celebrity. So somebody give me a celebrity. Just pop off a celebrity real quick. Anybody? Feeler? Anyone?
Jennifer Lopez.
There we go, Jennifer Lopez. Okay, so J-Lo, you know, J-Lo's got a nice booty, right? Like she's known for her booty, right? So you could do something about, you know, get a position where maybe she's, you know, got a little booty showing, like, you know, sticking out a little bit, and you can post something on that with your brand. And so what's going to happen when you post a picture of J-Lo and she's kind of standing like that? You're going to get eyeballs on it, right? Because everybody knows J-Lo and everybody knows J-Lo's booty. So they'll, even though the two things are not connected, you're piggybacking off of her celebrity. Okay, and you can do that on the Olympics. You can do that on football games, or you know, anything. There's so many things you can do that on, and especially if they're brands that are already known, because they've already spent all that money on getting their name out there, or if they're celebrities, they're, you know, working on their image or whatever and getting out there. Use them, get attention to your brand. So it takes some creativity, but it's a great way to do it. And then you can also do value-based webinars like these. I was mentioning at the beginning to Felicia, I really like the interactive part of being on a Zoom call, because you can actually talk to people. But it's also a great thing when you record these and then you post them, because you can have rapport with people long after the original one has been has happened, because you can have and then you've got like yourself working for you 24 hours a day, because people can be accessing those videos on YouTube, and you know, they could be all over the world. So Jake, you were unmuted for a second. Did you have a question? No? Okay, let me keep going. Okay, so right here, guys, this slide is probably one of the most beneficial slides to you. Sarah, this is one of the things that I was mentioning about how when you had been exposed to your company a few times before you ended up joining it. And here, right here is the reason why. Okay, if you guys just go away with this knowledge into your business, especially if you're in network marketing, direct sales, MLM, affiliate market, anything like that, this is really going to help you, because it's going to help you to just kind of take it down a notch and see that this is it's a long-term, casual relationship business, okay? Because the first time you talk to people, only 2% of the people that you talk to are actually going to buy your deal or join your company, okay? Only 2%. And that is a very, very small amount of people. That means if you've gone through your 100-person list, statistically, 2% are going to buy from you, okay? And these are not my stats. These are not my group stats. These are the Direct Sellers Association stats right here. So, so you don't think I'm just making this up. At the second exposure, that number only goes from 2 to 3%. So now you've talked to all these people twice. You've talked to 200 people or 100 people twice, and 3 of them are going to talk to you or going to buy something from you. On the third exposure that someone has had, only 5% are going to join or buy something from you. Okay. Now think about that. If you've reached out to somebody 3 different times and they've said no 3 different times, how many of you out there would stop asking them, right? A lot of people. Okay, I think it's safe to agree that a lot of people, if you've already talked to somebody 3 times and they didn't join, you probably give up, right? Is that safe to say? Okay, so on the 4th time, the number jumps from 5% up to 10%. But again, you've talked to them 4 times already, and you talked to 100 people 4 times, and only 10% of them are joining. Okay, you've taken them through your process, and only 10%, 10 out of that 100 have bought something from you or joined. Okay, but look what happens between the 5th and the 12th connection, okay? Some of you, imagining talking to somebody 12 times is just like mind-blowing, okay? How can I actually talk to somebody that many times? Well, if you are in a relationship with someone, isn't there a chance that you're going to talk to them over 12 occasions? Okay, at least 5. And so during that period of time, 80% of people will buy your product or join your company. So the magic of it is in the long run. The magic of it is in connecting your heart to their heart so that there's a relationship, so that there's a connection. And then that way, selling isn't there, okay? There's no selling, it's a relationship. There's no pitching, it's achieved through the connection and the conversation. Does that make sense to everybody that's listening in? A couple of you don't have your cameras on, so I can't tell, but okay. It's making sense, guys? You guys getting value so far? Okay, good, all right. So, yes. Awesome, thank you. So you wanna focus on the relationship. You don't wanna focus on your products or your company or anything else like that. So check this out. One of the other things that we're all taught when we join, you know, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed network marketing or direct sales, you're taught, you know, you've got this huge market, okay? Especially if you're selling products that are, you know, a lot of people use kind of thing. They're like, you've got this whole market of people to go to. You don't actually, okay? The people who are gonna buy your products or join your deal are really limited to this small little section over here. There are people who are already in personal development and then an even smaller section that are in the home-based industry, okay? So if you're going after that general population, those 9-to-5ers to quit their job and join you, you're gonna face a ton of rejection. So, but I'll show you on the next slide something very great about this home-based business section. 97% of people in the home-based business industry, they're failing, guys. They're failing, okay? Nobody talks about this. Everybody pretends that they're cool. Everybody pretends at those meetings that they're making money, and you know, and they're going to the all of the events and the meetings and everything, and they're looking like they're successful. Only 3% of the industry are making more than $400 a month, guys. 3%. Do you hear how crazy that is? So do you think that if you could help out this 97% of the market, do you think you'd have a market that's actually going to listen to what you're saying? Do you think that you can actually maybe make a difference and help them and guide them and save them from the pain? Is this starting to maybe have some light bulbs for people? Make some sense? So you want to be going after this group with your business, okay? Because they're already sold on the business model, okay? They're already sold. You don't have to, they're not gonna say, is this a scam or is this a pyramid or, you know, or whatever. You're never gonna have that conversation because they're already in the industry, okay? And they need help, a lot of help. So there is a huge way that you can help people. And I'll tell you this, people will jump ship for a leader, okay? They will leave their company to join you. So if you can be that person for them, they will join you, okay? So I want to show you guys, how am I doing on time? Okay, I'm running a little bit over. Is everybody doing okay on time? Does anybody have to go soon? Everybody's good? So far so good? Okay. All right. I see Edith's in the dark, so maybe she's about to pass out, but I'll try to keep it interesting enough for you so you don't zonk out. Okay. So this is what most people do when...
Very late for me.
Pardon?
It's very late for me.
I know, you're a trooper. You're a trooper. Thanks for hopping on.
You're awesome.
Thank you. You're so kind. Most people, when they go into business, guys, they go into these deals, they go all in. Okay, they invest their own money to buy the products or whatever training for their business. And what happens is then they don't have anything left over for marketing, so they have to learn free strategies. And as Felicia was mentioning, it takes time. It takes a lot of time to learn these strategies, and sometimes it can be between 2 and 4 years of learning. And if you are expected to continue to buy products during this time and go to events and go to conferences and pay your household, whatever your household expenses are, that's a really expensive learning curve that you have to go through. And most people, they never get to the point where they're able to make money and reinvest it back into their business. And so they never actually get to that point, and most people end up quitting. And I mean, if you were making less than $400 a month, you would probably quit too. But what the 7-figure income earners do, and this is what they don't tell you when they tell you to make a list of their friends and family, okay? They're not doing that, all right? We have our front-end ATM, which is Black Ops Underground Marketing, and what they do is the same thing as what we do. You basically copy and paste your way into $1,000 commissions, and you have that front-end money stream going that funds your business. So you're able then to upgrade to those higher ticket items or to go an ad campaign because free strategies are awesome. Don't get me wrong. Everything that I do is free. And I'm not to the $10,000 a month yet. But once I'm at that level, I am certainly going to be doing some paid strategies. And so when you get to these higher ticket, the seven-figure income earners, they're spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get eyeballs on their business, okay? And that's but they're using other people's money to do that. They're not risking their own personal capital to do that. That's the Donald Trump method or the Robert Kiyosaki method, where you are using other people's money to leverage your business. Okay, so if you have events to go to, if I've, anything that I'm doing for my business, it's not coming out of my bank account anymore. It's coming out of the money that I make in my business and going back into my business. And that is a lot better than having to dip into your own personal savings to buy products at the end of the month so that you make your promotion, or, to have to pay for travel to, conferences and things like that out of your own pocket, when your business is the one that's creating that revenue stream and you're able to rise up to the top of those leaderboards. Okay, this is what 7-figure income earners do, and this is what they will not tell you that they're doing. That's why they're having different results than you are. Okay, they're not making a list of their friends and family. So within our industry, most people are in either the first option here, the typical MLM, or the higher ticket program, okay? So typical MLMs, the cost to get in is less, but obviously then also the cost that you're gonna get, or the commissions that you're gonna get back are a lot less. You literally have to have a small village underneath you, to be able to be making those big money amounts that, the successful people in the industry are making. And you also have to wait on average about 4 weeks to get your you sell something, and then you have to wait for a couple of weeks before you get your commission. Then on the other end of the spectrum, you've got these higher ticket items. And some of these digital products and bigger ticket items, they sell from anywhere between, 10, 20, 50, 60, even up to $100,000 for the product. And they have really big commissions on them, but those commissions, sometimes they'll take 6 months to pay out, or sometimes 3 months to pay out. And in some cases, the company, by the time it gets to there, they close. And so you're not only out the money, you sold the product and you don't even get it. So, and the other thing that you have to have with these big ticket items is you have to have a constant stream of traffic seeing your business, and that's costing you like 10 grand a month. You're just pumping out more ads, more traffic. And if you're not getting results, you're just going into serious debt. And we've had people come into our group who are literally on the verge of bankruptcy, following all the steps that they were told to follow by people in these higher ticket, upper, not upper management, but the 7-figure earners in these higher ticket items. And they're just regular people. They took a second mortgage out on their house and they're not able to make it. Well, our model is right in the middle. It's $1,000 commissions, it's 100% commission on the product, and they're paid right then. Okay, you sell it, you get it right then. There's no waiting around for it. So it's a lot different than a lot of these other options. So earlier I mentioned that what we do hits these two main items here. If you are in business, you need to have leaders in your business, and you need to have eyeballs on your business. And so personal development and leadership training, and then marketing strategies that apply to any business. You can have a traditional brick and mortar business and use these strategies. As I mentioned before, they can even work with your family, with your relationships, and they can also work with your regular business, whether it's direct sales, network marketing, MLM, affiliate marketing, online marketing, all of those. That's what we have. That's what we do. That's our product that we have. And what you do is you buy the reseller rights. And you can do that in two ways. You have two choices. You can either pay $2.99 for the year, or you can pay $99 quarterly. And with this, you get the full product. You don't have to go out and make it. You don't have to, get all the people. You don't have to design it or anything else like that. It's basically like licensing fees. You have the license to be able to sell this to other people. And that's where you get the 100% commissions. Now, what's in the product? Well, personal development and marketing strategies. In the Personal Development Legends series, looks like we got a question. Okay, Edith says she's got to go. She's falling asleep. Nighty-night. So in the personal development section, we've got interviews from the 7-figure income earners in our industry. So it's basically like getting into their head and having them walk through how they became successful, what they did. The first interview in this is by my mentor, and some of the people on this call, their mentor too. His name is Darren Little. If you just listen to this one interview every day for a month, your life will change. Your life will change. This section right here is so powerful. It's so helpful. And it can, honestly, it can really change your life. It will shift your brain into a different way of thinking, especially if you listen to it every single day, and you will see amazing results inside of your life. The next section is inside of the leadership and development. If you've ever heard of Jack Zufelt, he is the author of DNA for Success, and he has videos and audios in here. Again, all geared towards personal development. And then we also have a section called The Village. And if you've heard of the movie or you saw the movie The Secret, this is like the behind the scenes for that movie. And this section is also very powerful. It's hard to describe what you're going to get inside of there, but when you listen to it, I think there's someone on the call here that has recently listened to it. Rohini, I'm going to unmute you just for a second. What would you, if you could just a quick little blurb about that section, how it impacted you?
The Village is absolutely amazing. It makes you aware of what your personal power is and how you can use it. It's just something that you have to listen to every day just to absorb it. But I just find it incredible. I'm still listening to it.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I feel exactly the same way. So I just wanted somebody else other than me to put that out there too. And then we've also got a health and wellness section in there, because if you do spend a lot of time in front of your computer, it's easy to forget about your health. And so this, there's a lot of benefits in there. And then this section here, I don't know if all of you were on the call at the beginning, but I started by saying that I was new to online marketing and, I mean, even Facebook as of April of last year. So it's just been a year. I didn't know about any of this stuff, guys. I didn't know about, you know, Aweber or lead capture pages or funnels or ads or any of that stuff. And it's kind of funny, and I've joked about this before, but it's totally true that in some of the first meetings, because I just wanted to go to any meeting I could, anything that my mentors were doing, I just wanted in on them. And even if I didn't really know what was happening, and one of our, we have a couple of millionaire mentors, and one of them, Ari Makavi, I was in one of his meetings and I was taking notes and I had no idea what he was talking about, like no idea at all. And I was just writing stuff down. And so, you know, the reason I say that is because if you don't know about this kind of stuff, you will learn, and you will learn it very, very quickly and be able to start implementing it into your business. And once you do that, that's when you start being able to pop those $1,000 commissions. You know, you work today, you get paid today. The steps for success in this business model are really just doing what our mentors have done in their business. Just doing that yourself, you will have success. The only times when I'm not making money is when I'm not following the system. It's really that simple, guys. I make money because I follow the system. I don't make money because I didn't follow the system. That's what it is. It really is like that. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But you get commissions that are paid today. You can use it right away and put it back into your business or however you want. You've got that front-end ATM machine going that's funding your business, okay? And this will allow you to invest in other revenue streams so that you can really start to have those multiple streams of income coming. So you've bought the reseller rights, so you get 100% commissions on the $1,000 product, okay? That's really cool. Like, there's nothing else out there that does that. 10 sales a month, after your qualifying sale, 10 sales a month, you get 10 grand. 20 sales, 20 grand. 30 sales, 30 grand. I don't know of many other products that you can sell 30 of them and have a $30,000 month, okay? That's 30 sales we're talking. This is how our model works. Your qualifying sale, the first sale that you do, goes to your sponsor. Okay, so that one goes up. It's kind of like shadowing, and if you've ever been in the insurance business or if you've ever waited tables or that kind of thing, that is what this industry is all about. The first sale goes up to them. Your second sale and all of your sales after that are all yours. Okay, plus your second sale that you have, when they have their qualifying sale, that goes back to you. Okay, and then that person's qualifying sale goes back to you. And then the next person's qualifying sale goes back to you. And then let's say you bring in a third person into your business. Their first sale goes to you. And then their first qualifying sale of that person. So it can go out into infinity. I mean, it can just keep going and going. But you have to be engaged with your team. You have to be helping them. You have to be working with them and making sure that you are available for them, because if you're not available for your team, this is not going to happen. Like, it's totally not going to happen. And we also, in our group in Black Ops Marketing, we do not want people that are not helping their teams. If we find out that you're not there for your team, you're out. Like, we don't do that. It's not part of our business model, because too many people have been, in this industry, they sign up and they just get left behind. And, it's like, hey, see you at the top or whatever. That's not what we do. So if you've got 10 people who are still not qualified, and they don't even have to be all directly that you've sponsored, they can be on your team that your team is sponsored. If you help everybody have a sale, you just had a $10,000 week. Okay, it's real, guys. Michelle Tracy Anderson, she had a $10,000 month her very first month, and she's a single mom. She's actually in New Zealand, where it's, you know, their income options down there are really limited. And she was able to do this once she was implementing the strategy that we teach in Black Ops. Justin, he works a full-time job, so you can actually have really amazing results and work full-time somewhere else. He just works on this part-time in his when he's off of work. His first month, he was able to generate $13,000. Now, that's 14 sales, and it doesn't necessarily have to be yours. Okay, it can be from your team as well. 14 sales, because that was his very first month. You made $13,000, guys. Kim Justice, she was able to make $16,000 in just 7 weeks. She was a fitness coach, and she wanted to travel. And so this funded her to be able to travel. You know, not everybody wants to be a marketer, and that's fine. But you can also use this to leverage into what you want to be doing. Jeff Lynn, he was actually already a marketer. He had tried a bunch of things, but he wasn't able to have that real breakthrough. And then once he started implementing our strategies, he had his breakthrough and made $25K in 5 weeks, guys. Now, I'm throwing out these numbers at you, and like me having a $4,000 week, where before I'd only made like $5,000 in a month before when I was in corporate, and I thought that was pretty good money, you know, but 4,000 in a week, like it's so unreal sometimes, these numbers, guys, but I can guarantee you that they are very, very real. Okay, nobody has any excuses either on like not having enough friends in their, you know, Facebook, or not having contacts or whatever, because this guy, he literally got out of jail and he made 20K in his first, he actually made 28K in his first month, okay? And he went from zero. He got out of jail, he got involved in our group, and he was able to make $28,000 in his first month. Crazy, crazy numbers. Robbie Godsell, 17-year-old kid, sold his car to be able to join Black Ops, and he made $35,000 in 30 days, and he made $50,000 in 6 weeks, guys. 17-year-old kid, $50,000, 6 weeks. Like, I don't know of any other company, any other group that has had results where a 17-year-old kid is able to make $50,000 in 6 weeks. Like, it's just, it's crazy. This is our mentor here, Darren Little, and obviously being a full-time marketer, knowing what he's doing, he was able to make his first 30 days, he made $108,000. And then in 13 weeks, he brought it up to almost $150,000, $148,100. It's just amazing. And he said himself that when he looks back at those results, it's hard for him to understand. Like, he knows that it was his, but it's hard for him to even think about it. It's crazy. So what I was talking about before, where we actually give you on a silver platter what you need to do to become successful. You know, the entire campaigns where our team was able to generate $900,000 in team commissions in 90 days from a flat start. And again, that 900,000, guys, there's no paid ads in there. That's all profit. You hear these kind of numbers sometimes from other marketers, but they've spent, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars in paid ads to get those kind of numbers. This is all using free strategies on Facebook, guys. It's crazy. We give you all the copy. You can use our copy, whether it's for your emails or your Facebook or whatever. We give you all of our campaigns. You get everything from start to finish. Post this now. You know, use this in your autoresponder. Put this pic now. We give you all of that. We show you the kind of content that creates that interaction. If something is working, we share it with you, and you're able to use it right away on your page. You also can learn how to recruit new reps in 6 to 45 minutes in your business. Okay. Now, what can you possibly say to someone in 6 minutes that's going to make them join your business? Right? So there's obviously some stuff behind the scenes that's happening beforehand, but it allows you to be able to do that. His fastest time, my mentor's fastest time was 60 seconds. He recruited someone in 60 seconds, guys. That's crazy, right? And then we also give you access to our Facebook group. And I don't know how many of you have been added to Facebook groups or have team Facebook groups or whatever, and they're not really very beneficial and they don't really have a lot of content in them. This group gives you so much as far as how to get your business going, how to get your marketing strategy going. Darren and Ari have a combined of like 50 years in the industry, and they just pour it all out. You've got complete access to everything that they've been working on, and you're able to use it right away. You also get live millionaire mentoring with Darren Little. And let me tell you guys, these sessions you don't want to miss. If you ever, first of all of you should follow Darren Little online on Facebook. And if you ever see him say that he's going to do a free millionaire mentoring session and he opens it up, drop what you're doing and hop on the call. And I think anybody who's in here who's in Black Ops would totally agree with that. Like, it's pure value, guys. He's an amazing leader. He really pours into everybody. The other thing you're going to get is live weekly mentoring with me and our group, the Transformation to Leadership group. So not only do you have the bigger group of Black Ops, but you also get our more intimate group where we meet and we go over different strategies, and I go into detail in certain things to be able to help you get up and going. You also get, you actually get 2 sessions of 2-hour recruitment trainings, and one of them is how to recruit reps in 60 to 45 minutes, where you learn directly from Darren Little how to do that. And then you also get access to the Facebook group, which I mentioned. And when it says a $2,000 value here, guys, I think it's actually understated. Like, you could, one of the mentoring sessions that we had recently, I have a college degree. I went to school for business. I have a business administration degree, and I loved school. I pushed myself to go to really difficult classes, and I'm like a nerd. I was listening to him teach, and I was thinking, like, this is what I would have learned in upper level, like graduate school, not even in college. This is like graduate level marketing that he just gives away to you guys. He just gives it away. So it's definitely way more than the $2,000 that we put that price on there. So using all of that, that's how you're able to pop these commissions. Okay, this is real, guys. This is actually what happens in our group, and you see it. You just see pop. People, I think yesterday or today there were like 5 people that all had $1,000 days at minimum. It happens all the time, that it's just, you become complacent to it almost. So you're able to make commissions while you sleep. We also have an automated option where you can literally set it up to where you're getting people to sign up to your business and you don't even know that they're signing up. You open up your emails and you're like, whoa, somebody signed up. It's crazy when that happens. Campaigns that have generated $13,000 in a day, $25,000 in a week, $100,000 in a month, and over $1 million online using these strategies. So how this breaks down is, this is the value that you get, guys. And I want you to know from my heart that if anything, these values that I'm about to put up on here, they're understated. And I'll also tell you that knowing what I know now about all of what I've received since I've been in Millionaire Mentoring, if I was offered it again and I had to take a mortgage out on my house, I would. Okay, I would. And it's that life-changing, because money can be made again, but this kind of information you're not going to find anywhere else. Okay, so here's what you get. The first one is the Genesis Library, $13.49 gets you that. You get the live Millionaire Mentoring, which if you just went to Darren and signed up to learn from him, it cost you 10 grand. You get weekly mentoring, which is valued at 5,000. You get the 2 hours of recruiting for 2,000. You get access into our Facebook page, a $2,000 value. Total value of 20,000 $349, guys. And I really mean it when I tell you that it is worth every penny of that. Okay, it really is. But obviously, you don't have to pay $20,000 to be able to get started with this. The only thing you have to do is pay for the Genesis library, which is $11.49. And so let me pop out. Oh, I wanted to give you guys these bonuses because especially if $11.49 for you is like, whoa, these will help you. Okay, one is a interview with my mentor on how he was able to make that 108K in 30 days. One is a meditation that I give all of my leaders to help you step into your power. And then another is a video on how to develop a 9K per day mindset. There we go. Okay, so who we got left? Okay, so far, first of all, did you guys get value from what I just shared? Did anybody take notes? Yeah, you guys took some notes? Good. Okay, I want to open it up to you guys right now because if you have any questions about anything you've seen, if you want me to explain anything a little bit more, anything that's come up, and I feel sorry for Kelly because she'll have to put it in the chat, I guess. But and another time too, if you want to connect on Messenger or Skype or give me a call or whatever, I'm happy to do that. Does anybody have any questions? Don't be shy. Anybody at all? Does anybody have anything that they want to share? Anything that they learned that they didn't necessarily know, or any insight on something maybe they already knew but they saw it in a different way? Oh, go ahead, Rohini. It looks like you're talking.
I said, I'm still learning. I'm still working on myself and trying the techniques.
That's great. And would you say, because Rohini's in this, based on what I've explained here, would you say that this is an accurate description of what happens when you actually make the plunge and you jump in?
Yes, it is, and it's up to you to follow the processes. You know, it's a bit new for me, and you can't really follow it exactly right away. So you have to work on yourself as well.
I'm sorry, your audio is really cutting in and out. It's kind of hard. Is anybody else having a hard time hearing her? Yeah. Okay. I think what you were saying is that it's up to you. That, you know, nobody's going to do the work for you, that you have to, that you're given the tools, but you have to actually do it. And then, like she did mention, and I think that's a really great point, is that this is a personal development and leadership business. And if you are not working on yourself, then you're not going to be able to, yeah, Jake said her sound was breaking bad. If you're not working on yourself, because that's the other thing I'll tell you guys, okay, this is a really important piece too, is that we're all mirrors, okay? And so whatever you have inside of you, okay, if you have issues around money, then when you project out to the other person, they're going to have issues with money. They're going to have issues with the cost, or you know, they're going to want to know, you know, what are your results or whatever. If you have issues with that you don't have enough contacts, then you're going to project that, and you're going to attract the people that say, you know, well, I don't really know anybody, and I don't really have anybody that I can reach out to. You know, if you have issues with time in yours, and you just can't seem to get your time together, you're going to attract the people that have issues with time. We are mirrors. And so what we teach you how to do is how to, you know, really clear yourself so that all you're reflecting is them. You know, it's not your reflection onto them. It's you are clear, and then they see themselves, and then you empower them. You empower them to be able to really rise up and do whatever they want to be doing connected to that dream. So, well, if there's no more questions or anything else, does anybody have anything else to say? Sarah or Jennifer or Felicia or Kelly or anybody? Sam or Jake?
I just want to say thank you very much for sharing all this with us. It's really very helpful and very encouraging for us.
Thank you, Rohini. I really appreciate that. I'm glad it helps you. Jennifer, did you want to say something? Oh. I'll unmute you. Okay, now you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Oh, I try to listen to much as I can. I really appreciate you taking the time to include me in this in your webinar, and I'm really going to try to review it again and watch it again later. I really appreciate you inviting me to the webinar thing, and I tried to listen as much as I could. I'm like out and about.
No problem. No problem. Thanks for making the effort. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else, Sarah?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. I'm still here and listening, and this is the first time that I've heard of it. So it's very interesting, very different than what I've ever seen before. So yeah, I thank you.
Was any of the information I covered, was any of that able to help you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as far as the where you're going with the meditation and just kind of how everything is aligned together, I like that approach and totally believe in that. So I think that that's very interesting that that's incorporated in your guys' business model. So yeah, I'd be interested in here and talking with you a little bit more about it after I give it some thought and kind of go over some more information and stuff. So yeah.
No worries. Yeah, and if any of you guys want any of those things that I mentioned, the meditation or the interview, I think, and the PDF of that book, if you guys want that, just message me and I'll send it right over to you, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for hopping on, for giving me an hour and a half of your time. I know your time is precious, and I really appreciate you sharing it with you. And I really wish you guys all the best of success in what you're doing. And if I can help you in any way, anytime, reach out to me. Okay, I'm here for you. I'll help you out.
Okay.
Have a good night, guys. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.